Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're plunging into a topic that really touches the core of connection, AI and dating. It's fascinating and it's evolving so fast. We pulled together some really compelling sources for your stats from Skim AI, analysis from Forbes, Psychology Today, insights from platforms like Future Match, Dazed, Calm Blog, quite a mix. Our mission today is to kind of sift through all this, pull out the key insights, and help you understand these big shifts in how we're finding love, companionship, all that.
Yeah, and what's really striking is just how quickly technology is reshaping, our whole understanding of relationships. Sometimes in ways you wouldn't expect. We'll look at the whole spectrum. Everything from AI just like helping with your dating profile,
Right.
all the way to the rise of actual AI companions. And then, of course, the big ethical stuff, the psychological questions. It's a lot. But importantly, we'll also try to offer some practical ways you can navigate all this mindfully.
Okay, let's unpack this then. Online dating, it's already the norm for so many people, right?
Yeah.
Especially younger generations. There's this 2023 Pew Research stat. About half of adults under 30 have used a dating site or app. Half. And the industry itself, it's booming. Global revenue projected to hit, US $3.41 billion by 2027.
Exactly. And that money trail, it really tells a story, doesn't it? It shows how deeply embedded AI has become. Dating apps are using these pretty advanced algorithms now. They analyze all your info, age, interests, preferences,
Yeah.
and they're constantly refining the matches based on how you interact. Clicking, swiping, messaging, it's all feeding the machine. It's a constant learning loop.
So AI isn't just passively sitting there anymore. It feels like it's becoming much more active.
That's a great way to put it. It's definitely shifted. Beyond just, basic matching, AI is now stepping in to really enhance the experience. Like, for instance, some apps, they already use AI to figure out the best order for your profile pictures. Yeah, putting the ones forward that are most likely to get a positive reaction. It's subtle, but it makes a difference.
Okay, wow. But here's where it gets really interesting for me, this generative AI stuff. You mean AI that can actually, create things? Text, images.
Precisely. So now we're talking AI matchmaking that tries to go beyond just looks. It's analyzing personality traits, communication styles, aiming for deeper compatibility. There are even tools, AI tools, that can rewrite your bio for you.
Get out.
Seriously, rewrite your bio, pick your best photos, even suggest opening lines to send.
Okay, that immediately raises questions about authenticity, right? Like, who am I actually talking to?
It's a huge question, and users are already feeling it. There's this growing sense of distrust. Like comedian Renee mentioned seeing these comically bad AI shirtless photos a while back, things with 4 nipples apparently.
4 nipples,
Huh.
okay.
But the tech has improved so much, so fast, it's getting really hard to tell what's real. There was this model, Emma, who got messages from guys accusing her of using AI photos because she looked, quote, suspiciously perfect, even though she wasn't.
Wow. So the tech is getting so good it's making real people look fake.
That's a twist.
It really is. And while some apps, like Hinge, they do allow AI photos if you also have real ones and use verification.
Right.
The whole ethical debate is heating up. Big companies like Match Group, Grindr, Bumble, they're exploring these AI wingmen.
And men.
Yeah, or dating concierges.
Yeah.
AI that can write your profile, flirt for you, the whole 9 yards.
Nah.
And academics, they're sounding the alarm too, signing open letters, questioning the ethics, the misrepresentation, the social impact.
It feels like the lines are just getting incredibly blurry, even just within the apps themselves. It adds this whole other layer you have to navigate. But it goes even deeper than just the apps, doesn't it? This idea of AI as companionship. I saw this stat, AI girlfriend searches went up 525% in just 1 year.
And nearly 1 in 5 young people say they're open to AI or virtual partners. That's significant.
It really reflects a bigger societal shift, I think. People are exploring different kinds of companionship, maybe less conventional ones. You've got companies like Replica, Shawwace. They're developing AI specifically designed to form emotional bonds, even romantic ones. That Pew Research report from 2023 found 15% of U.S. adults have interacted with AI, but that jumps to 27% for 18 to 29-year-olds. It's growing fast.
And these aren't just quick chats, right?
Right.
The data suggests people are forming some pretty real bonds.
Oh, far from casual. Users report really intense emotional attachments. An analysis of Replica users found many felt real emotional support, real companionship.
Mhm.
Some even said these relationships replaced human ones. And yeah, you mentioned it. Some users have actually married their AI companions in virtual ceremonies. And there are even these really profound stories. AI bots apparently interrupting suicide attempts for a small number of users. It shows the depth of connection people can feel.
That's incredibly profound. It really makes you stop and think. Given how intense these bonds can be, are we seeing differences in who is drawn to this, like demographic differences?
That's a really good question. And yeah, the data does show some splits. Men, for instance, are more than twice as likely as women to say they'd consider an AI partner.
Interesting.
Yeah, so it highlights maybe different attitudes, different levels of openness, maybe different needs or expectations being met by AI across genders.
And we look even further ahead. It's not just about the emotional side, is it? The technology seems to be pushing into physical intimacy, too.
Absolutely. Connecting the dots, the future of AI-driven sexual experiences is expanding rapidly. We're talking haptic technology.
Stuff that simulates touch.
Exactly. Haptics, VR, augmented reality, AI-powered sex toys. It's all converging. LoveSense, a company in that space, reported a 25% jump in sales of their AI-integrated toys. And VR porn consumption grew 150% in 1 year. These aren't small numbers. These advancements are fundamentally changing how physical and emotional connection can happen, potentially blurring those lines between physical, digital reality itself.
So, okay, bringing this all together, what does it actually mean for us? For human intimacy, for our relationships? It feels like we need to ask about the deeper impacts on our well-being.
Yeah, and there are some serious mental health concerns emerging. Professionals are seeing more people develop these really deep emotional attachments to AI, often, at the expense of real-world relationships. There was a 2024 study, Journal of Behavioral Addictions, found some pretty alarming trends, like 32% of regular AI companion users showed symptoms that looked like behavioral addiction.
It's addiction.
Yeah, compulsive use, negative consequences, that kind of pattern. And 18% felt more lonely, not less. 25% reported less interest in real-world romance.
That's the paradox, isn't it? Seeking connection, but potentially ending up more isolated. But couldn't you argue that for some people, maybe these AI companions are helpful, like a stepping stone, building confidence?
It's definitely nuanced. And yes, there might be some benefits for some people in some situations, but the data points to a real challenge, particularly for Gen Z. You've got 90% saying they want love, 82% reporting loneliness. Huge numbers. Yet many are sticking to their phones to find connection, partly out of fear of rejection. AI companions, they're predictable, they're safe in that sense, but they don't really teach you the messy, complex skills needed for real human relationships. They offer comfort, maybe, but not growth in the same way.
And then there's that darker side we touched on, deepfakes. That just feels like a fundamental threat to trust, doesn't it?
Absolutely. That Taylor Swift incident in January 2024, it was a huge wake-up call about the potential for harm. And the stats are frightening. Deepfake porn grew, 464% between 2022 and 2023?
That's staggering.
It is. And the laws are lagging way behind. Only 3 U.S. states have comprehensive legislation right now. It's a massive challenge for consent, privacy, image rights. It's scary stuff.
So it's not just about what you choose to share online anymore, but what others can do with your image without your consent. The ground is shifting so fast.
Exactly. And beyond the immediate risks, using AI so much in dating raises these broader societal questions we really need to think about, like the loss of authenticity. If AI is crafting messages, suggesting replies, where's the real person? It makes you question everything.
Right.
Then there's bias in the algorithms. AI learns from the data we feed it. If that data has societal biases baked in,
the AI learns the biases too.
Precisely. It can end up amplifying stereotypes, giving advantages to some groups, disadvantages to others, without anyone intending it to. It's just in the data.
And what about us? Our skills? If AI does the flirting, the profile writing, do we forget how?
That's a huge concern. The potential atrophy of relationship skills. If you rely on an app to be witty for you, how do you handle a real-life, spontaneous conversation? We also need to think about demographic shifts. Could AI companions affect things like family formation, birth rates? We're already seeing hints of this in places like Japan, with robot companions gaining traction alongside low birth rates. And finally, economic disruption. This AI sex tech industry, projected to hit $30 billion by 2030, that's money and attention potentially shifting away from more traditional relationship industries. It's a lot to unpack.
It really is. But just to pivot slightly, I heard something interesting about people using AI for the difficult stuff, like writing breakup texts. Is there maybe a weird upside there? Could AI actually help communication sometimes?
That's a fascinating point. And yeah, a therapist, Kate Campbell, she's noticed this trend. Her take is interesting. She thinks it might stem from just the sheer volume of casual connections people have now, and maybe a desire to avoid ghosting, which is awful. So she suggests that maybe, just maybe, Using AI to craft a clear, perhaps less emotionally charged message could actually help people be more direct, gain confidence in delivering difficult news.
Huh. So, like, AI is a tool for clearer, if less personal, communication.
Potentially, in certain contexts, it shows there might be unexpected ways AI could bolster communication, even in tough spots.
Okay, so it's clear AI is weaving itself into our most intimate lives.
Hmm.
We're at a really crucial point. What can you, our listener, actually do to navigate this, to use these tools responsibly, mindfully?
Yeah, that's the key question, isn't it? How do we keep things authentic, keep ourselves safe, while maybe still getting some benefit from AI? We can break it down into a few areas. First, maybe the biggest challenge, maintaining authenticity. How do you stay true to yourself when AI can basically build a perfect version?
Right. That's the core of it. If AI can smooth out all your rough edges online, how do you make sure you're still coming through? What's the strategy?
Well, here's a thought. Maybe your imperfections become your superpower. In a sea of AI polished sameness, being genuinely, unapologetically you, quirks and all, that might actually make you stand out more. So yeah, use AI to help refine things, sure, but make sure your real interests, your values, your personality are front and center. Don't let the tech erase what makes you unique.
I like that reframe.
Yeah.
Okay, what about the risks? Privacy, safety. It feels like a minefield sometimes.
It requires vigilance, definitely. So the second area is managing those privacy and safety risks. Be proactive. Check your privacy settings regularly. Use strong passwords, two-factor authentication, you know the drill. Be super cautious about sharing sensitive personal details early on. And if you meet someone, public places first. Let a friend know where you're going. Basic safety stuff still applies, maybe even more so now. Think of AI as just another tool. You still need to be smart about how you use it and the situations it leads to.
Makes sense. And how do we balance this? How do we make sure we're still building those real-world skills and connections, not just relying on the tech?
That brings us to the third point, cultivating real connection. AI can be a great assistant, maybe for icebreakers or finding common ground, but the real depth comes from genuine, unscripted conversation. Ask thoughtful questions, really listen, put the phone down sometimes.
Easier said than done.
Haha, yeah, tell me about it. But set boundaries for app usage. Avoid burnout. Make time for actual offline activities. Use AI as a tool, an enhancer, but don't forget it's not a replacement for the human effort relationships require. And maybe diversify. Don't put all your eggs in the AI dating basket. Join clubs, volunteer, go to events, meet people organically too. It's about balance.
Balance. Got it. Okay, final thoughts. What's the overall mindset we should try to cultivate as we navigate this new frontier?
I think it comes down to patience and self-trust. Finding a good connection takes time. AI might speed up some parts, but not the core process. So be patient. Reflect on your experiences. What are you learning about yourself, about what you want? Set clear boundaries from the start. What are you comfortable with in terms of AI use, both yours and theirs? Communicate that. And ultimately, trust your gut. If something feels off, if a connection feels too perfect or just weird, listen to that intuition. Step back. Your own judgment is still the most important tool you have.
What a deep drive.
Yeah.
Okay, we have covered a lot of ground. It's clear AI isn't just some tech trend. It's actively reshaping how we find love, connect, experience intimacy, everything.
Yeah, the implications are huge. We've seen the potential for efficiency, for personalization, but also these really serious concerns about authenticity, privacy, mental health, even societal shifts down the line. It's a true technological revolution hitting us right where we live.
So as AI becomes this fundamental layer in how we form and keep relationships, it really forces us to ask some big questions. How does its role challenge us to redefine what connection even means anymore? And maybe more importantly, how will you choose to cultivate it in this digital age?